Hello my friends, and welcome to this update video for the month of July. And before I start up on anything else, by the time I put this up, it'll be on the 4th, so ahead of time, happy birthday, Big. I hope you are doing well, and I wish I could be doing something else during that time, but apparently I'm not. I wish I was sending you something for your birthday, but since we're sort of on a bit of a lift off as far as the season been going, why would I want to get something for you during, say, Anime Expo Light? Does that make sense? No, of course not. Anyway, don't worry, I will make it up for you in due time. But in any case, just wanted to throw that out there. So, update. Hi, Stomach. How's it going? Update season. Okay, here we go with updates. First off, well, it's been some time since y'all heard what's been going on in my neck of the woods. You know, California. We're not like any other people you've heard about, but something's always going on in California. But since this is a channel update, well, I'll let you know what I've been working on. I just finished No More Heroes 1 and 2. And I am currently working on Yuga Gotoku Kiwami 2, in which I am on currently chapter 7 of 16. And I should be done with that within, say, a few days' time. I've also been working on Super Chinese World 2. Of course, been fan translated, so I should be done with that within, say, a few days' time. I have part of the Let's Play up for November, and in which I call it Nimvember. Usually I would call it Ninja November, but I prefer to call it Nimvember. Shorten that down. So, comicame is just about done. I still have to finish up MS Saga and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. Of course, it'll be called Joel's Bizarre Adventure, not JoJo. But the video title will be, as it is, called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. So I have been off and on a couple of projects, and let me just say, it's just been one after another with these projects. So I've been keeping myself busy the entire time. As far as that's happening, I am rather tired. So excuse the yawning. And the fact that I've been, busy as I don't know what. Making video projects and, and making something witty as far as titles are concerned. It's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. Especially when basically you're going through a lot of games. And trust me, I am going through a lot of games. I mean, I'm doing like I'm doing stuff for, say, stuff for streaming, and then after I got some streaming, and after I do that, I got, stuff I'm pretty much see myself doing for, say, it's July now. I got something planned for August. I got basically almost everything I need to put up for September, except for, say, Light Fairy Tale Episode 2. I'm still working on that in behind the scenes. And I'll pretty much have that done. But I will have Yakuza Kiwami 2, aka Yuga Gotoku Kiwami 2 finished. And then after that, I will basically go back and finish up Light Fairy Tale Episode 2, just to even everything up for September. Because it's not really a long game per se. It's done by Neko Works, so therefore it's somewhat going to be enjoyable when I actually finish up on that. I also got some stuff for the Dip, as well as the Chest of Obscurity, which I haven't done in a while because, well, project's been keeping me busy. I also got some stuff to stream, in which I suppose I'll have something for September all into October. Excuse me. For October, I already have something in mind to do, and that's possibly the rest of Danganronpa 2. The Steam version, because I remember I started up on that and never finished it because, over project. I've been doing a lot of projects, and the way my system works out is like, if I'm doing too much at one time and, I gotta stop here, and, if it gets too out there, I have to stop. So what I may do for the rest of that project is I'm considering just doing that in a stream. Just have a whole session just doing, say, like what I'm doing with Ace Attorney Investigations. You just do 2 parts on Wednesday, and then, say, on Sunday do 2 parts, or 1 part, and then just put them up all on the same day. That way, when it's up, it's like boom, 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 because I think I was on either case number 3, or I think it was case number 3. I'm gonna have to check my my Izzy versus playlist, so therefore I'm just going to go check. But I really do need to go back to that series. I also plan on doing Corpse Party for the PSP, since I have a walkthrough of it. Now I'm just not really looking forward to doing this, but I feel like I had to get it out of the way, because the sooner I get it out of the way, the better I'm going to feel. Because we all know how I feel about survival horror and, horror in general. It's like one of my least favorite genres. And yet, we already got one person doing horror. I'd rather just do a detective series myself over a horror. I mean, that's me. I like detective noir series over horror any day. Give me a crime drama. You got me. You got me as soon as you say crime drama. So that's one thing. Another thing is, it's like I got if I had a choice, I'd say, well, give me something that tells me a story instead of something that's just gonna be one jump scare after another. I'm like, yeah, that's not really my thing. Not really my jam. Not into it. Don't want it. So that's my thing. I feel like I should do something right before the next year. And I mean, I got the time to do it as far as everything else is concerned. So, I might consider just starting up on my other projects because I also said I plan to do Newtopia and Bahamut Lagoon as for a next year project. So I think what I'm going to do is start up on that like around to say November when I have everything up because like I feel like after November I'm just going to take a break from doing Let's Plays. And I'll just do some streaming like I usually do and, put it up for, say, a week, sometimes I might feel the urge to do a whole week of streaming. If I wanted to, but, we'll see how that goes. Go ahead, excuse me, I'm just looking up something. If you're hearing that, that's basically... I'm just checking something on TV. Okay. Okay, gotcha. So, there's a whole lot that's been changing as of late. Most of what I've been doing, like I said, as far as streams are concerned, I decided to do them twice a week, which is Wednesdays and Sundays over on Twitch. So for those who are wondering, just drop on by twitch.tv/PookieIzzy79. That's where I am on Wednesdays and Sundays. I do try to do 2, which would be like 4 hours. I try to do at least 4 hours when I start. If you want to drop on by, you're more than welcome to drop on by. Say hi, hang out with the game. I have a very small, a very small audience, but you know what? It's fine, I'm not really in it for the views or anything like that. I mean, if people want to show up, great. They're more than welcome to show up. They're more than welcome to drop on by, sit for a spell, enjoy the madness of whatever I played. Whether it's something on here or something on PS4. I do plan on doing something on PS4 for October as well. And trust me, I got plenty to choose from, actually. Well, actually, no, I don't. I also mentioned that I got a couple of, I should say, I also have done in background BioShock Infinite. So I got BioShock Infinite, No More Heroes 1, No More Heroes 2, Desperate Struggle. Currently doing Yuga Gotoku Kiwami 2. And struggling with how much as the combat is. But I will plan on doing the other rest of the series because I have 3, 4, 5, and 6. I also have Judgment on PS4, but I think if they do a release of Judgment on to Steam, I will get that version over the one I have because, the way things are with you trying to record something as far as the Yakuza series is concerned. It's a thing that, Sony does is block. It's like block spoiler just because, oh hey, you're entering a spoiler zone, so we can't do that to people who are playing this series. So guess what? You're screwed if you're going to stream it or record it unless you have, say, a capture device. I might consider doing that in the near future. Just get a capture device just for the sake of saying, okay, just in case, here's capture device. Aside from that, there's not really much else I'm doing. Because like I said, as far as what I'm working on, after Super Chinese World 2, and whatever else I think I'm going to do for November, I think I might consider doing the PS2 version of Shinobi, since I have been dabbling around with that one on my own time. I have been stupidly busy since. I won't lie, I've been stupidly busy. So I have plans for 2022. As far as Let's Plays are concerned, and I did mention 2 of them that are going to be featured by next year, is Newtopia and a new version of Bahamut Lagoon. It's an updated version. It's an updated fan-translated version of Bahamut Lagoon, so I'll treat it like, it's new. It's about the same as what I also have in backlog, basically redoing a lot of old games over because the patch version, the unpatched version plays more like the original, which is the original, than what we got over here. So take for instance Vi, for example. I have an unpatched version of Vi, which plays a lot different than the Working Designs version that came over for the Sega CD. So playing the original Japanese version per se versus what we got over here. So in that case, I'm going to redo a lot of games that I started on but never continued, on the sole purpose that if it's the original version, it won't be so much of a pain to deal with versus the more up-to-date version that we got. Another series that I plan to come back to would be Ark the Lad. Since I never finished Ark the Lad 2, I'm going to basically play Ark the Lad 1 on my own time and just change up on levels a bit and play up to where I stopped on the project when I was doing Ark the Lad 2. I think I was halfway through the game, but I can't seem to remember though. It's been a while. There's also another title that I plan to do for PlayStation 1, and that's Wild Arms 2. It's been a while since I actually touched the series, so I feel in the interest of fairness I should actually do that. I should actually go ahead and bust out Wild Arms 2, which will also be in 2022. I mean, I have done myself a great disservice by not playing the rest of Wild Arms, because I played the first Wild Arms. I never did play 2 because, well, 2 wasn't that big in my area. Nor 3, nor 4. And yet, the only one I actually got for myself was Alter Code F, which is a remake of Wild Arms 1, save for a few little changes, like no armor, and I think your weapon. It's just very much different, but it's like most people say they prefer the original over the remake. In some form, I do agree with them. And part of me says, you should consider it. So I'm considering it. But like I said, there's a lot of plans that I want to put into play. Yet at the same time, after everything blows over to where I can breathe a lot easier. To where I want to take care of things much more in my pace. And not feel like I'm rushing it. I'm at a point in my life right now in which I don't know, I've been feeling pressured. And for the last couple of months since after March passed, I have been feeling this pressure that for some reason it's gotten to a point in which it overwhelms me. And sometimes I feel a bit lightheaded. A headache pops in every now and then, but not so much. And maybe it's just because of all the adjustments been going on and, what I'm trying to deal with as far as adjustments are concerned. And it's hard to actually deal with the adjustments sometimes because it's not so much the change around me, but the change happening with me. So, later on this month, I'm going to go see a doctor, have my checkup, and just basically just say, this was going on with me. That's what's going, just give them a full rundown of what's happening with me. Because, a lot is going on. Basically, internally, that I really just can't say, in the public view, because, not many people understand what's going on with me, right? So, therefore, it's completely understandable as to why I have to deal with this. I don't have to deal with this, but it's something that is going on with me internally. It's more of an internal thing than an external thing. But, otherwise, it's nothing to really worry about. It's just a lot has been happening since, and, a lot that is going on. As far as, what I want to do and how I should go about doing it. There's a lot that is happening that needs, that needs answers to, per se, as far as me is concerned, as far as, what should have been there for me all this time. And that is, to me, very important. So, it goes with what I'm dealing with. So, I've been through a lot. For most people who don't know. And apologies if it sounds like I'm repeating. I don't mean to repeat. But a lot of people, it's like a lot of people in my life tend to repeat around me. And you know how I am. I sponge it. I just soak it up and just... I try to squeeze it out. But it's like... I take in every single bit of emotional currents that just seem to go around me. Whether people they want to prove themselves to me, they want to know, okay, am I trustworthy or something like that. I'm like, yes, you've done this. You've done that. And I think I mentioned this earlier. But let me see. I've been tired. I've been dealing with a whole lot of shit since I was 13 years old. I've been dealing with school life. I've been dealing with adulthood. I've been dealing with a whole mess of shit in between everything that has been going on with me, that I basically had to pretty much put on this armor per se, in both physical, mental, and emotional. I'm seeing myself just huffing through this thing, just like, okay, drama. It's basically drama. It's not every day, but if it's not every other day, it's every other week. If it's not that, it's every other month. If it's not that, it's every other year. And even now, what I'm dealing with, it just needs a release. And the sad thing is, this is the only way I know how to release it. Because I can't just say it in a conversation, I mean, you guys know me all this time. And the battles I deal with. And I've been dealing with a lot of battles up to this point. And even my personal struggles. The stuff that I don't even talk about to people. Not even my own friends. I don't talk about it because they got more problems than I do. And my problems don't really matter to a hill of beans as far as that's concerned. So it's like, okay, let me just put my ear right here and just listen to you. It's like, okay, we're going into Dr. Phil mode. We're going into Dr. Phil mode, so let me just take a listen to you. And let me just hear what your problem is. So I just want to listen to you the entire time. And I just want to know what is your problem. Okay? So here's the thing. We're going to listen to what you're going to say, and then, if we need to, we'll kick you collectively in your ass. Okay? Okay. Even the one thing I've been told earlier is that I don't utilize my character voice very much. So the thing is, it's like with even with the stuff I get from vocab, it's like basically I don't utilize anything that as far as a character is concerned, because I'm not getting characters. I'm getting mostly ad parts. So basically, I have to read like this. I have to read normally. And sometimes I'm being told, oh, why don't you read like this? It's very hard to read like this. And I mean, it's not very hard, but it's like, sometimes it is not easy just to say, oh, I can read like this the entire time. You have to make a deep voice in order to do this. Because sometimes, when you make a deep voice, you have to raise your voice a little bit louder to make sure people hear you. I mean, I might consider it, but the thing is, it's kind of hard to do something natural and then do something artificial, and then people will think you're faking it. I'm like, how do you know if I'm faking it if I'm talking like this the entire time? I just don't use this voice very often, but when I do, watch it. It might come at you like this. Because I do a variety of voices. The only thing I just don't ever do is I don't do these voices very much because of what I'm doing. My focus is basically on doing this. My focus is trying to beat the game. So I'm basically, hi, this is me, Izzy. The entire time. Your voices sound the same. Well, of course they sound the same. They don't try to be the same because I don't hear it. Because sometimes I try to make my voices a bit different. But what they don't understand, sir, is the entire time that I'm trying to make a voice, you're not there listening to what I'm talking about. So, this is the thing I have to deal with sometimes. And sometimes when I'm trying to do voice, it takes a lot of effort to do a voice. Sometimes I don't even think about it. But when I do, I'm pretty sure I should be utilizing it more often than I should. But the problem is, I don't know what voice I should go for. Because it sounds like I'm faking it. But it's hard to fake something in which you don't really use very often because of fear. I mean, really, it is a thing. It really is. Most people don't know that sometimes, as a voice actor, it is not as easy as you think it is. Because sometimes, even for me, and I'm mainly doing like Let's Plays. So, if I'm doing a standard Let's Play, or as I like to call it, underrated games, I don't like to, I don't normally slip into voices that often. Because my natural voice don't get too much love. So therefore, it's why, I'm being told I should really just, I'm trying to honestly just say, oh, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is how it's going to be. This is what's working out for me. I don't get My voice is a part of me, so therefore I don't know myself as much as I should. I mean, we're going off the cuff here, so we might as well go off the cuff. I do not know my voice as well as I should know my voice. And being a Let's Player, that's something that normally you don't really do. It's like your focus is on the game more often than trying to be the character in the game. And most times when I do certain games, it feels like certain characters just seem to spring out at me. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot of focus to actually keep the character in your mind. I mean, I could try, like I said. Even my teacher, she told me some things, and there's some things I can do and some things I can't do, because it takes quite a great deal of muscle memory just to put a character into focus, visualize the character, talk as the character, and basically just hold the image in your mind. It's the same thing as being a writer. As it takes a great deal of effort to actually compose your thoughts. And then after you compose them, you basically just go with it when you're in that natural flow. It's all about flow when it comes to being in your art style. My art style is that of, writing and voice acting. And at the same time, music too. Because I do sing, but, I don't sing as often as I normally would. I don't know why, because I'm not bitching or whining or anything. It's just, I'm going off the cuff here. This is the stuff that is going on. This is what I have to deal with. And most times, it's like, when talking to me, are you talking to me? Or are you looking at are you putting me down? And it's hard to tell sometimes if I'm being put down, or, it's like there's criticism and then there's well, you should be able to. I'm doing what I can try to do. I said, my situation, you already see my situation. I said, there's a lot that's going on that I really can't put into words as far as me is concerned. I had to deal with something that I really can't get rid of. And you could say the system just simply forgot about me all this time. So, there's a lot that is going on that makes me me, and the stuff that I'm dealing with personally, that I can say, you know what, this is what I want. And I demand my personal satisfaction. I demand this because why not? So, real talk, I'm trying to keep myself busy. I'm trying to also not get depressed within all this mess. I'm trying to keep my spirits up. I'm trying to keep myself mentally and utterly just there. I'm trying to stay in my gray zone. I'm not trying to be in my blue zone. I said there's a time for me to be in my blue zone. Right now, I like to stay in my gray zone. Because that way, I know what's going on. You know, I don't want to look up, and I don't want to look down, but I want to look straight ahead and just say, okay, I get what you're saying. I mean, there's a lot that's going on, but I said there's only some things I can focus on, some things I can't focus on. I said it will happen, it'll happen. That, you know, so there's this. Oh, well, what do you expect me to do about it? I can't do shit about it right now. So therefore, I can't. I did my part. So if you want temporary do your part, do your part. Okay? Okay. I mean, I know my limits. I understand my limits. I have tried in my lifetime to do the best that I can possibly do. And for what it is worth, I can say this. I've had a very unfair hand all this life because guess what? You have a disability. When the doctors tell you to your face you are unable to think, much less hold a thought, well, that pretty much says it right there. I have an obligation to exist. I have an obligation to prove them wrong. I have an obligation to get what I want. Because of something that, personally, I'm stuck with. And I won't rest until I'm satisfied with what I deserve. I mean, that much, at least, just to say, yes, I want it. I deserve it. I've been around the block so many times with this. You're looking at me, you know who I am. So, what we gonna do about this? So, it is what it is, though. But like I said, I can only deal with one crisis at a time, and I've been putting my own personal issues on the back burner for a very long time. And I feel I need to talk about it in a sense that would help me bring it out into the open, and for what it's worth, help people understand what I'm dealing with. Because after all, I'm the guy in the background, not the guy in the foreground. I work better when I'm in the background, not in the foreground. I mean, you know, it's what I try to do the best I can do. So, no need to rush it, no need to do anything but just say, what are we going to do? What can be done about this? You know? But in any case, I don't apologize for everything I said because this is me we're talking about. And what I've been doing for the past couple of months. Or rather for the past couple of days. And what I plan to do for this channel. And the days, weeks, months, and possibly years to come would mean that I'm looking forward to success. That's the only thing I want. Out of everything in my life that has happened, I want success and satisfaction. So therefore, for those who know me, keep me in your prayers, as well as I'll keep you in yours. Or rather, keep me in your prayers as I will keep you in mine. Apologies for that. But in any case, I just need to get that out. And God, oh my God, I had to get that out so bad. So next time on my channel, well, I still have Project Cross Zone to deal with. I still have JoJo Bizarre Adventure for the PS2 to deal with, as well as MS Saga and like Fairy Tail, among every other project that I plan for the next couple of months into the future. So therefore, I'm gonna be very busy. So in that case, I hope everyone has a great, wonderful, and safe 4th of July, as well as whatever you guys gonna do for the 4th. Enjoy it as much as you can. However, little to as loud as possible. So, I'll see you next time when I have something else. So, as they say in the game show biz, keep those checks coming, and I'll see you next time. Okay? I have been your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi. I have spoken, and I am out. Ding, ding, ring the bell.